Okay, good evening all. Today class about armature overhauling. So and its parameters. What are the checking points in that? So welcome all. These are the main parts of traction motor. So we are learning about the yoke. This is the yoke, armature. Next, the armature parts like ensilled and P ensilled and C ensilled. Commutator end. P means pinion end. And other major parts are pinion and BHRR, bristle holder rock ring. So we'll see today as topic given to me overhauling of armature. So once the motor loco stopped for AOH and we have dismantled the motor, so armature will be like that. In that armature, we have to do cleaning of the armature first thing. In that we have to keep in stand and cleaning to be done using the kerosene oil. But the necessary point is this area to be properly covered. In this commutator area, there should no this kerosene should not spill over this. So cleaning to be done thoroughly. Next, after cleaning, before going for lathe work, the UT to be checked. So this is also one checking parameter. So conduct UT, ultrasonic test for armature shaft. It is done by lab only. Next, overhauling of armature. In that, some minimum checkpoints to be ensured. For that, this is the binding area. In binding area, there should not be any dull sound. If it is some dull sound, means some inside insulation is weak. So weak insulation will go to lead to this some other another failures like BBCR or some other failure. So properly using nylon hammer by tapping to the binding area, we have to ensure any looseness is there or not. So this is one more checkpoint, the overhauling point. Another, check the PTFE band for any damage. This is the PTFE, polytetrafluoroethylene. Another V ring we will tell in short form, PTFE ring or V ring. So there also should not be any dent mark like this is the defective one. So if it is we found such one means we have to replace it during this major schedule AOH. Next, basic about commutator. So this we can also go through, and this is the commutator segments. The total number of segments are 285. So out of 285 segments, all should be evenly. This cutting should be done evenly. For that, numbering is there, so we can read out. Serial number one means the correct mica undercutting. This is the proper mica cutting. Second one for unchamfered copper segment means this copper segments are unchamfered. Third one improper undercutting one side. This one side copper segment itself cut, so it is improper. Improper undercutting copper segment. Fourth one also. Both side cut improper cut is there. So they have taken mica. Mica has to be undercut. In that time, they have taken this copper part also. So it is also not good. And deep mica undercutting. Some mica depth to be ensured. So depth should be we are ensuring 0.2 mm. So 2 mm more than this depth is means it is not good. And mica cutting not done. This mica cutting itself not done means it will damage our carbon brush during this low current. And low bar segment and high bar segment. So some segment will go up and some segment is down. Cutting means it is also improper cutting. This is the commutator segments. How it is that the basic about it. The commutator dia. What is the commutator dia for new armature? It's 400 mm, and if it is become below 380 during to be condemned. Other maintenance practices are there. Remove soft ovality by using a special adapter on C side. Somewhat is there. Champering. So champering to be done for this commutator segment is 0.3 into 0.3 at 45-degree angle. So this is a lathe machine, but it is available in our sections of floor, and how this eccentricity not more than 0.1%. After turning, it should be below 0.03. What we call ovality. Ovality is the other words that we are regular using. It's the eccentricity 0.03 mm. Inequality diameter also 0.005. After turning, it should be below this. High bar, low bar, it is not permittable after turning. It's SMI for this turning process. SMI RDSO SMI is there. 6 number. Overhauling of armature, machining of commutator. For machining of commutator, so after machining, turning, the deburring will be done. So deburring using this nylon brush, deburring will be done. Next, removal of mica residual from. If there is no mica undercutting, then some manually mica residual removal work will be done. This is a manual tool. So using this special tool, this manually this also mica residue. Otherwise, if we will not remove this mica residue, then some flash over. This is also one kind of failure type of failure only. Flash also should not become during the service. So the mica residue is prone to flash over the motor also. So mica residue properly should be cleaned. So we are ensuring the same also. Next checkpoint for this armature rolling is the bar to bar. Bar to bar also for that RDSO SMI number 51 is there. In this, we have to ensure each segment between two segments the resistance value. It is in micro ohm. So micro ohm meter actually using this micro ohm meter we are checking the resistance bar to bar value, bar to bar of resistance, and the standard reading is actually plus minus 3 point plus minus 0.3. This deviation should not be plus minus 3. Okay, so around 0.06 micro ohms with that we are that much only permittable. Plus and minus now, so maximum 0.06 is the permittable value. Next, after this bar to bar check and other the checkpoints are available, all completion, armature we will keep in oven. So after keeping the armature in oven, the varnishing to be done. So before varnishing, the baking hours is 4 hours at 90-degree temperature. So 90-degree temperature we will bake for 4 hours, and after that we have to do varnishing. So this is the varnishing one photo is attached. How we have to do varnishing. During the varnishing, commutator area to be properly covered. And if there is some wearing, I shown on one photo is earlier slides. If any wearing, some dent mark is there or any defective, or nowadays for us, this wearing to be changed in 4 5 years actually. 4 to 5 years we are changing on condition basis also. For compulsory 5 years we have to must change like that we have kept as our said RFP. So that also we are changing. So during if it is any change in this wearing, then wearing changing also there is a procedure that also to be followed properly. It should be so for that adhesive araldite we have to provide. So that also to be provided both side in outside view and inside this commutator side. Commutator copper bar is there, na? That end both end proper araldite to be provided. There should not be any dust entry towards this wearing. Apply varnish to the dust groove, and the commutator riding area is separate, and this is the what we call TIG welding area. This TIG welding area and between this commutator area, middle area we used to call as the dust groove area. So dust groove also should not be without varnish. That also varnish to be applied. Many armatures we are receiving from this Nasik road. They are manufacturing of this armature and maintenance rewinding they are doing. So there without varnishing itself it is coming. So we are ensuring the same during the baking. After baking varnishing we are ensuring. And this is the checking procedure of using this gauge, the dia of commutator. So the standard value I have written 400 mm and worn condom value is the 380 mm. Overhauling of armature, checking of armature, other checkpoints are there. If any balancing is done already, then balancing weight will be there. So balancing weight should be properly welded and there should not be any loosen part in. So by tapping during this some rod or that, there should not be any vibration between this. So if it such thing is there, we have to ensure again we have to go for this balancing, rebalancing. And this area is called a spider area. This is also sometimes prone to some crack will be there. So the crack to be ensured, and there also we can do some tapping and we can find out the crack. And one more important checkpoint during the armature overhauling means the C lock will one C lock is there. C side bearing, some locking will be done. So in that locking, there should not be the bolt is there now. In that bolt, sometimes this bolt itself not properly locked, and some C lock failure is one type of failure that will be earlier it used to come. Now last 10 years we don't have any failure such failure. For that our RAP is there. It means in RAP what we are ensuring that one bolt, the tightening bolt is there now. That bolt itself before just simply we will fix tighten. In that after tightening the bolts protruding outside now. Outside length should not be more than 19 mm. If it is more than 19 mm means some thread is not available or something, some dust will be there. Due to that, bolt unable to tighten properly. So, if we are bolt itself we are not able to tighten properly means after final tightness of this locking plate, some bolt outside and not it is not locked properly. So that in during the armature overhauling itself we are ensuring, and the length is more than 19 mm, and we have to do tapping and all. And after after tapping, we will make it to below 19 mm, and then it's okay, no problem. And one more checking parameter for this is the 10 delta. So after varnishing also done ready to use, but before that also 2-3 checkpoints are there. In that this 10 delta also to be ensured for armature. And then 10 delta standard value is 1 kV should not be more than 4%, and at 3 kV should not be 6% above. And actually, there is no standard like it is if it is above this value means the armature is failed like that. If even though sometimes we will get if it is 4% or this above standard limit, then again we can bake the armature. Again we can bake the armature, and next day again we will check and it is below the standard also we can use. Okay. So this is for 10 delta. There is a SMI for that 128, and one more checking parameter for this armature is this resistance, insulation resistance. So insulation resistance using this 1 kV insulation tester, it should be above 20 mega ohm. And as we are discussing about armature having the other components, associate component for this is bearing bracket. In that bearing is placed on shaft. So the check this important parts also you can go through once for just one knowledge. Means this is a BHR side. BHR side there is BHR sorry BHR not bearing bracket. So this is P bearing bracket. In this P bearing bracket, what are the bearing parts is there? And that one is inner bearing cover. This is inside as well inner bearing cover. It is a bearing outer rest we will use today. It is D bearing cover, and this is the deflector part, and it will be outermost area only. And the same pinion end side on the armature shaft, there is two things, two items are there. So one is inner race and another is inner bearing stopper. This is on shaft and this four are on this bearing bracket. So these are rotating part actually with armature. These are they all actually this is also sitting on shaft only. So this is also rotating part. All this three are stationary. And likewise same C side commutator end side also. This is the end frame and in like same inner bearing cover outer race. There is a loose lip we used to tell and this is the cup and outside after locking this C lock. There's some ND C lock C cover is there. So this is the outermost cover is a cup. And the same way in bearing side there is will be inner race, inner bearing stopper and locking plate. So this is the locking plate. So in this during this locking plate that bolt should be all the three bolts should be properly tightened. So that we have to answer and if it is okay we can provide the cover also. So for that torquing and this torque value also to be answered. This is the overhauling part just to know the parts of armature I just make a slide for this. Thank you.